Hi, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. I wanted to talk about these zines that I made, but also the colour palette that I use that I really love. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the zines and then mainly about the colour palette. I really loved making these and it's become my new favourite thing. I have posted these both on Instagram, so if you follow me over there, you may or may not have seen them. But do go and have a look. I'll put my Instagram handle below. Firstly, I did this woodland animal zine here. And this is just, I don't know what paper this is. It's very thick though. So it's potentially not the right paper to be doing these on frequently. But I was just wanting to use it up and test this out. The first place that I saw these zines was Lucy Illustrates, Lucy Salmon. I think it's Lucy Illustrates on Instagram, but it's Lucy Salmon. She did one of these. She's done a few of these folded book drawings, but then also I joined. I didn't join. I watched a Frances Ives Patreon replay. It was hosted by Sarah Dyer, Harriet Lowther, but Lucy was on the call as well. And a lot of them were doing these zines. Now, when I watched the replay, I just did some drawings, didn't do a zine. However, I then looked at the instructions and the tutorial for making a zine, and I thought I'm going to give that a go, and I'm going to do it using my woodland creatures that I like to draw, such as the foxes and the owls, and this like wood scene that I often go back to and like to draw. I love the winter scenes, so I wanted to incorporate that, and I've been enjoying a pink moon as well. So I wanted to incorporate a pink moon as well. All of that just kind of looked like the sun, but it's supposed to be a pink moon. Firstly, I it kind of opens like that, but then you fold it. They're pretty easy to make, and I'm really happy with it. But I did the foxes on one side with the wood, and then I did the two owls on the other side. And I just love how it worked out, and I love the colour palette that I used, and I've been really enjoying that. So from that, I then found this book here. I was sorting out my desk and shelves in my very tiny studio space. I'll call it studio space in an inverted comma. And I totally forgot about this. And in here, I've done loads of witches drawings before in various things, but I had this witch drawing here and the witch walking through the wood. And I've done these in other things other than this book. This paper is not the best paper for doing mixed media on. It buckles. It's very thin white paper. I don't even know what weight paper it is. So it's not the best sketchbook, which is why I think I stopped using it. However, I'm going to just use it for like little sketch ideas. So I think it'll work great for that. But I had the witch walking through the wood and the little black cat. You know, I've done multiple ones of these. I've got this witch here carrying a cauldron and a broomstick with her black cat again. And I love the idea of this. And it's not that I'd totally forgotten about it, but it kind of gone out of my mind. And then I've got the witch walking out of the wood. So I wanted to develop those following doing this woodland animal zine into a zine. And I thought I'm going to give that witch illustration a go using the color palette and some different materials. And I've made this and I love it. So this is the first drawing I did. Probably needs a little bit of definition on the witch's face, but I do love it the way it is. So she's kind of walking through the wood here. She's done a mushroom collecting for her spells, and she's got a little black cat, lovely pink moon, and we've got the mushrooms, and it's winter again. She's got a broomstick, and then I've got her walking out of the wood, got an owl there, so incorporating the woodland animals. And I've got the little black cat, left some little paw marks in the snow. And off she goes to cast her spells with the pink moon. And yeah, it folds up, and you can kind of look at it like that. It's a bit like I say, this paper is quite thick for making it into a proper like a book zine, but I think it works okay. But I absolutely love it. I'm so pleased with it. These are just for me, and I just absolutely loved making it, and I loved the effect that I got with the ink on this paper, which is interesting because the ink I used, and I'm going to talk about the color palette now. The ink that I used looks green on, or has looked green. So I'll show you an example. It's the same ink that I used in this Fountains Abbey drawing, sketch even, that hopefully you'll have seen in my Fountains Abbey and Studley Royal vlog and sketches video. So as you can see here, it's very very black, but it's got a green tinge to it, but it has got a little bit of a purpley pink tinge to it, and the pink has definitely come out more on this paper. It's come out very pink on here, but I just love that. I love it. It works really well with the pink moon. That's why I love the diamine inks. I mean, the diamine inks, fountain inks, they are not light fast at all. You would only use them in sketchbooks or in things like this, which I will put away into like a folder. You know, you wouldn't use them for work that you're going to frame and put up on the wall because they're not light fast at all. But they have this, I don't know what it's called. I think it's called chromatography or chromatography. I'm not sure. In a watercolor, you call it a granulation, but the color sort of breaks up into maybe all of the pigments it's used in the ink. It's just gorgeous. So I'm going to talk about the color palette because I absolutely love this color palette. So I've got the pens and the ink. Let me just get the pencils, which I didn't think about getting. Okay, so first and foremost, I used this ink, which I'm absolutely obsessed with. It's a Diamine. I don't know if it's Cult Pens only Diamine ink, but it's Diamine Little Matty, and you can buy it through Cult Pens. And as you can see there, it's like a dark greeny black colour. But then when you add water to it, you'll get this separation of colour. This is obviously different paper to what I've done the zines on. This is my Royal Talents sketchbook, so it's very different paper. But I absolutely love this ink so much. I've bought 2 more of them. The Diamine inks are very great value for money. They're very cheap compared to a lot of other fountain inks. So I have bought a couple more of them because I'm not sure if they are like special edition or anything like that. But look at this chromatography you get here, if that is even what you call it, but you can see the pink starting to come through as well. It's gorgeous. So I've got the Little Matty Diamine ink, and then I've got a bunch of Tombows, which I've started to use a lot more. So I've got these ones here. I think I used another one as well. So let me just see. I think I used this one as well. But I've got all of these Tombows here, which are great colours. So I've got an N49, an N57, which is like a greeny grey colour, an N79. And then I think I used this one as well, so I'll put it in. That's N95. Then we've got 992. 942. And then this one here, which is 873. How nice are they together? And I mean, it's such a lovely muted colour palette. Obviously, that's not very muted. That's your little pop of colour. But it's, yeah, I just love it. So I'll write these on and then I'll come back. So then, in addition to the Tombows, I used a couple of Ecoline or Echelina, I think it's Echelina, pens, which I don't use nearly enough. So it was good to use them a lot more. So that one is 728, which is warm grey light. Hello from Editing Sarah. I realised when editing this video that my microphone had actually stopped working. So I have no sound for this section. So I'm just going to add in here what I am swatching at the end. So that one there was 381 Pastel Red in the Echelina or Ecoline. Then I've got this gorgeous distress crayon. I absolutely love the distress crayons. This one is Tattered Rose distress crayon. It's an absolutely gorgeous shade. Then I've got a Holbein warm grey pencil. I used 3 pencils here. I love a warm grey. Really love a warm grey. This one is just perfect. So yeah, this is Holbein warm grey pencil. Then I've got this Luminance Sepia 10%. I absolutely love the 10% pencils from Caran d'Ache Luminance, and I would really recommend looking at them if you're after a very muted pale shade. This Sepia 10% is absolutely perfect. Then we've got a Derwent Lightfast Mars Black pencil. I love Mars Black pencil. It's one of my absolute favourites. If I'm using a dark toned pencil in a drawing, it's normally Lightfast Mars Black or dark indigo or something like that. But Mars Black is my top dark tone pencil that I reach for a lot. And I absolutely love it. I'm just talking here, or I remember talking here about how well the palette went together and how well they look together on the page. I really have enjoyed this muted colour palette, but with quite a few dark tones added in with that tiny pop of colour. I think it works really well together. Right, I'm going to end the video here and say thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel. I would really appreciate it. Bye for now.